r/AskReddit by Reddit. Redditors who've won a lifetime supply contest, how did you win? And how is it going? When I was a kid there was a phoning competition to rename a popular children's cereal. It cost money to vote as it was a premium number, but my mother let my younger brother vote for fun. What we didn't know at the time was by voting you'd be entered to win a lifetime supply of this cereal, and my brother won. So they called up, and our mother told them we didn't want it. My mother ruined our childhood by telling Kellogg's we didn't want their lifetime supply of cereal. I could be eating that right now. 16 years later I could still be enjoying that cereal. What the duck is wrong with your mom? That's free food. Once won a year's supply of the Tropicana juice drink. Was awesome, but you could only buy 4 cartons a month with dated vouchers, so it never really felt as magical as I was hoping. 9-year-old me wanted like a dedicated Tropicana faucet in the kitchen. In college I frequented a specific Jack in the Box that was walking distance from campus. I'd occasionally talk with the manager, who was a pretty cool guy and one of only a few people I knew who were into the World Cup. One day he says, "You want a lifetime supply of milkshakes?" I thought he was joking, so I was like sure, and he handed me a huge stack of free milkshake coupons. Not so much a contest, but I guess I won the prize for friendliness. This was in the 90s. My granddad won a lifetime supply of Reader's Digest. He was the only doctor in a small village in India, population 1000. He started stacking them up in his clinic, and the village kids would randomly browse through them. As long as there wasn't a rush or they weren't being loud, my granddad would let them sit there for as long as they wanted. I spent my summer vacations in the village with my grandparents. My parents had moved to a nearby city long before I was born, and so it happened that every summer I'd come to the village to find my rural friends speak better English than anyone else in the village, and in some cases better than my English school educated city friends, and sharing jokes from the lives like that, and laughter is the best medicine sections. Every time I think back on it, I feel happy and proud of my granddad. You should send this to Reader's Digest. I was that weird kid that loved reading Reader's Digest as a child. When I was in college, a guy in my fraternity was featured in a Nike running commercial. He was paid a fixed amount and they would randomly send him shoes throughout the 2 years I knew him. After he graduated, shoes still showed up at the house every quarter until I graduated. The funny part of the story is that he was on the university cross-country team, D1, and when he signed the paperwork it voided his scholarship. The coach calls him in his office and berates him for a half hour on how he ducked up his scholarship. His response was priceless. "I have 4 more semesters and Nike paid me enough to cover in-state tuition for that time. Also, I hate running, but I'm good enough to have gotten a scholarship. Now I have school paid for and will never run again. Good luck to you all though." I went to school with a kid whose mom won a lifetime supply of aluminum foil. They wrap everything in foil. His whole lunch every day was wrapped in foil. Sandwich, fruit, etc. And then they make one of those baking pouches, and that's his lunch bag. When we had like desert potluck, his cookies came wrapped in foil. I asked him about it once, and he said they even wrap all their Christmas presents in it, and they still get too many boxes of it. They give it away to friends and family. I'm picturing this kid coming to school in his aluminum foil shoes, carrying his aluminum foil lunchbox, and eating his aluminum foil apples. I'd totally be friends with this kid. Alright Andy, show the class your science fair project. Props up aluminum foil 3-panel poster showing project titled Aluminum Foil, America's Greatest Resource, spelled out in aluminum foil. When Naked brand juice smoothies first came out in San Francisco, I happened to be a homeless vagabond. I sat there by the trolleys with a sign, "Homeless, hungry, anything helps." A nice lady was handing out free coupons to try out this new juice at Whole Foods. She saw my plight and was probably sick of handing out coupons, so she dumped hundreds of them in my hat. I lived off of Naked fruit juice smoothies. Every day I would walk into Whole Foods and redeem one of my coupons. I had a seemingly endless supply and the company hadn't put much information on them, so they didn't expire. Someone grifted my bag though a few months later, but I was so amped up on B vitamins and antioxidants that I chased him down. He said sorry and shared a huge package of imitation crab with me. I made a new friend and bought him some naked juice with my coupon. I ended up losing the rest of my coupons by being an idiot. But that's when I sort of had a lifetime supply of something. My wife won a lifetime supply of pet food for our cat. They didn't even bother sending product. They just tacked another few $1,000s onto the $10K cash prize. That was a nice little windfall. The only weird thing was that it was paid as a stack of maximumed out Visa gift cards. You can't really pay things like mortgages and credit card bills with what amounts to a credit card. So we ended up using the gift cards for things like groceries. It's pretty amazing how far your paycheck goes when your bill for food and incidentals is effectively zero. When I was little, I won a lifetime supply of apples by correctly guessing how many were in a barrel. There were 110, and I guessed 109. The prize was 110 apples at a time each month. It was insane. After the first delivery, my parents begged them to stop. It's impossible for a family of 3 to go through 110 apples before they rot, and our neighbors stopped answering the door when they saw my parents standing there with bags of apples. Edit, a word. Not sure if this counts, but I got free cable from Cox Communication because their equipment at the drop almost burned my house down. They gave me every channel and internet. Well, some time passed and they sold to Suddenlink, and I thought nothing of it. Well, I got a bill 2 months later for $600 plus and was like, WTF. Suddenlink refused to honor our agreement with Cox, and to this day I refuse to pay that bill, and our internet is under my new wife's name. That's harsh, man. Traded in your wife for a new one just so you didn't have to pay a cable bill. In 2009 I entered the mychipotle.com contest with a music video and came in second place. Second place prize was $5,000. A party for 50 of our friends at Chipotle. Everyone ate for free. Winning that was awesome. But honestly, the best part was that after the contest was over, Chipotle asked me how many people were involved in the making of the music video we made, and then sent a deck of playing cards for each person. The catch: each card in the deck of cards had written on it one free burrito. In 2009 I entered the mychipotle.com contest with a music video and came in second place. Second place prize was $5,000. A party for 50 of our friends at Chipotle. Everyone ate for free. Winning that was awesome. But honestly, the best part was that after the contest was over, Chipotle asked me how many people were involved in the making of the music video we made, and then sent a deck of playing cards for each person. The catch: each card in the deck of cards had written on it one free burrito. Yeah, including Joker's 56 free Chipotle burritos. Since I was the first person to find out and receive these decks of cards, I kept it a secret. I called each person individually and said I had a gift for them. Seeing them open the deck of cards, figure out what it was, then react to it was the best part of this whole thing. Each of them volunteered their time to help make the video with no promise of winning or any reward. So all in all, no lifetime winnings, but to a bunch of teenagers it certainly felt like a lifetime of burrito. Probably too late to answer, but I get to mention my favorite aunt. She passed away 5 years ago now, and a lot of her competition wins were still active, so technically were for her lifetime. But really, she was just the luckiest person I knew, other than dying at 45 of breast cancer. In the time I was aware of her competition entering, she won a car, a free cruise for 2 people for life, lifetime supply of ice cream, dog food, and some type of chicken nuggets. She won a Coke vending machine that would be refilled for free monthly for a year supply of spaghetti, lifetime supply of dishwasher tablets, multiple holidays, a free landscaping of her yard, plus tons of stuff I can't remember. She absolutely loved entering competitions and actually had a dedicated room in her house for it. She was actually pretty good with tactics, tended to enter comps that required answering a question with more than 25 words, because she said these were least likely to have lots of entries. I miss her dearly. She was so full of life and loved talking about her hobby. As far as I know, the lifetime supply of things she won actually continued after her death. The ice cream and dishwater tablets anyway. Thank you for watching Reddit. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more r/AskReddit videos. Share your stories in the comment section below.